Hello friends, we meet again. You may have seen my video where I try to show you how to get perfects in Project Diva, and I got a lot of comments sent back to me telling me that did not work for them, and they were very mad. They were like threatening with like flaming torches, burning down my building, for saying I wasted their time and stuff like that. So I've decided to make a second video this time, and a little bit more explanation on how to do perfects. More precisely in this case, how to spam the notes better. So what I've done is the most popular one, which is the singing passion. Most people they ask how do you do that. So what I've done is I made 2 edits to practice for the spam part of that song. So let's show you from the beginning. And by the way, I'm doing this video from the beginning to end without any cuts, so if I make any mistakes, my bad. I'm sorry, but hopefully I don't make any mistakes. So first we're going to go to the network section of the game, and we're going to search up the ID, which is going to be under my ID here. Yeah, search that, and go a little bit down there, and you're going to see right here the ones that's called test and test 2. So just get both of them, and while you're saving this, you'll notice there's some numbers in the description. Make sure you write that down because that's the password to unlock this. So just give me a second here. What's this? Okay, I can delete that one. And we're going to save that. So just make sure you write this down here in these numbers. 37899 And then now we're going to download the second one. There is no MP3 needed to download. It comes with your game once you unlock the singing passion in the official song list. So no worries about having to download anything extra here. Alright, sorry, excuse me here. I just gotta find one edit to delete here. Oh god. I'm gonna get more complaints for wasting people's time again. Alright, I'll delete this one. Get that next time. Alright, we got number 2. And write down the it's the same password, I believe. Yes, it's the same password for both. So let's get out of here. The reason why there's 2 is I'm trying to show you guys the concept and how spamming works. Because the way that once you learn the technique, there's many ways to do it. I'll show you my way in doing it. But all you have to do is be able to hit half the notes with your right hand. And if your right hand is strong enough to do that, you don't have to worry about your left hand being strong enough to do it, because the technique will allow you to do it without actually needing your left hand to be strong enough to do it. You see what I mean? So we're gonna go, instead of to we're not gonna go to the music symbol. We're gonna go to the purple camera one. Pick the second option to load the data, and I think the first one is the complete full set of notes, so we'll go to the second one first. So it's going to ask you for the password, which we'll then type in 378815. Let's see here. Oh, okay. It didn't ask me for the password because I guess it knows that I was the one that made this. See, unlike a splatter party from my Project Diva F, I assumed the game would do what it just did right now, but it didn't, because once I delete it and I re-download it again, even though it's from my PSN ID, it says that I need to put the password in. And I didn't write the password down, so that's why there's no splatter party in F2. Anyways, we got a really nice picture here of Len. He's to motivate you. Hopefully it works. And if it doesn't, I think you're just looking at the wrong way. So if you go to roughly 1 minute 40 seconds of the edit right here, you'll see this is the notes, and I picked it wrong. The second one is the full notes, but that's okay. But see, the trick is, in this edit, you can replay this hard part as many times as you want until you can kind of figure out, or get as much unlimited practice as you want spamming. The trick is, when I hold my controller, I hold it kind of like I'm reading a book, and I'm not holding my controller really tight, like not like this. It's kind of like a little bit loose. It's the best way to say it. And then I'm only concentrating on my right hand that's hitting the notes on the right side. And then you'll realize this too when you try the easier version where you're only using your right hand. There's two ways to do it. There's literally moving your thumb to tap each note, which is really tiring because you're just using the muscles of your thumb right here. Or you'll notice that if there's a way, and once you figure this out, it's really hard to explain, but once you figure it out, it just becomes like really simple, is that you can kind of use your whole entire hand to kind of lift your hand up and kind of smash down on the buttons. So you're kind of using your entire arm and your hands to kind of hit that one button. And that motion, when you're doing it, you're able to hit the notes that are normally would make just using your thumb alone really tired, make it like so much easier. And on top of that, because you're kind of using a little momentum force to kind of hit the buttons, your remote will shake just a little bit. And once you figure it out how to hold with your left hand really just has to be very precise and stay on the D-pad of your choice that you need, and then it will just magically do the rest. Because every single time you hit the note on the right side, your left hand will compensate, and it will automatically push down the D-pad to kind of balance your controller back in shape so you can hit it again. And because of that, every single time you hit the note on your right hand, your left hand counts automatically with another one. Which is why I said as long as you can hit half the notes with your right hand, you can do any spam. It really just depends on how fast you can hit with your right hand. So let me show you here, and let's see if we can get it here. So before I do this, in order to get unlimited practice, kind of move just a little bit ahead of where you want to start, and then you can pick the second option, or sorry, the first option, and then it's the second option right here, which you can start from where your cursor is. So let me just put my headphones on here, and let's see some action here. Hopefully I get my first try because it didn't warm up, but you'll get the point. Alright, here we go. Okay, never mind. So this was half the notes. So as you can see, I only use my right side, and as you can see when I'm pushing it, I'm using kind of like a little bit of my entire arm and hand force. So you can see it literally hitting down on the remote, which is causing like a little momentum. I didn't do anything with my left hand though because there was no need. This is only half the notes. But I'll play one more time and I'll show you the difference. Actually, I'll play two more times. So I'll play it one more time with the actually using my entire arm force, which makes it really easy. It doesn't tire my hands out at all. And I'll do it the legit, well, not the legit way, but just using my thumbs, and you'll see the difference. Sorry, I saw my thumb slip there a little bit, but you kind of get the point. So let's try again, but this time I'm not going to do the trick where you kind of make it easier to hit with your whole entire arm. I'm just going to push it with my thumbs, and you'll see here it's really tiring. I might not even be able to do it right now, but let's see what happens. So I managed to do it, but that one definitely I could feel it. My hands like getting more tired, like especially when I got to the triangles. I definitely felt a lot more tired. While the other way, it's like no problem. You can do it all day, all day, right? But yeah. So just practice this one first if you're like really new to spamming, and make sure your dominant hand can, which for most people is gonna be the right hand, can at least do half the notes here. And then once you're ready, and you can pretty much get near perfect or at least excellent on this. We're gonna switch over to the second edit. So again, let's load up the edit. So number 2 is half the notes, and then just the regular test is the full notes, the full spamming that you get. Now in the singing passion, there's 4 patterns of spam that you have to do. But for every single pattern, it's an even number, which is really important. Yeah, spam numbers are really good because when you switch, you can switch with your dominant hand. Here, I'll give you an example. So let's go to the notes here again. Alright, here we go. So because the red circles are a even number, when you finish with the red circles, most people are going to start with their right hand, right? Right, left, blah, 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 blah. When you hit the last circle note, it's going to end on your left hand, which is very important because the next new note, you're switching with your right hand, and you need to know this for many edits because some edits, they don't do even numbers, they do odd numbers. You know, a lot of assholes like to do odd numbers for some reason, even though they could do even. Just so they force you to use your left hand and start. And not many people have that kind of experience, so they'll either just keep going and then they'll switch with their right hand still, and then you're gonna get like it's gonna mess up. But the good news is for singing passion, it's all even numbers, which means if you do it correctly every single time, you always start with your right hand, and then when the pattern ends, the new pattern, you start with your right hand again. So I think it goes like circle and then X, so you're basically spamming circle, right? And then when the circle ends, you have to use your right thumb and quickly switch to the X, and then your left hand follows, and you continue. So let's do this again, and let's see what happens. So I'm going to do that technique here, and hopefully now that YouTube supports 60 FPS, you can kind of see what's going on with my hands and the way I hold it. Again, there's many ways to do it. Some people, they spam like really crazy, like they shake it super hard, which I don't do. I just kind of hold it in front of me like a book, and then kind of, it's like sort of a semi-loose grip. You're kind of like using the back of your fingers here to kind of hold on to the remote to kind of pull it backwards every time you're hitting it down with your thumbs. Alright, enough talking. Let's see if I can do this. Another really important tip is this may just happen because your remote sucks or it's been too used. The D-pad is the main reason why people spam fail. Where the hell's my camera? Okay, here we go. The reason why is because these buttons on the right side are all separate, so it's almost impossible to accidentally hit the wrong button unless you got really big thumbs or it's just like really slippery because you're sweating and then you just slip over the place. But on the left side, this is the main reason for some of my really fast edits. Even I have problems. It's not because I can't spam fast enough, but it's because the D-pad wasn't built to do that, this kind of spamming. Because what happens is for D-pad, there's diagonals, and you kind of tilt it up, even just slightly to the left or right for like down or up, or even the left and right. Left and right, not so much a problem, but depending on your remote, some people's down and up have problems. So for example, because you're spamming really fast, your thumb is kind of like hitting the D-pad rapidly, really fast, thanks to the momentum you're building up with your right hand. But the problem is, if you just even push, if your thumb is not careful and it's just even the slightest to the left or right, depending on how fast you're spamming, it's gonna count as if you hit a left arrow instead or right arrow for the game, and then you'll see those like red cools. The red cool is you hit the note at the right time, but it was just a wrong note. And it's all thanks to the D-pad. Like, I really wish they built a remote where on the left side was exactly the same on the right side, but there's no such thing. And I think it's really up to luck, because I bought a new remote recently, because I was getting really fed up with my joysticks not working that well for the stars. And this one is even worse than this one right here. I don't know why. I might just exchange this one. So even for but when I bought this one brand new, this one was really good. But this one was really bad. So it's just luck too. It looks like. So yeah, just be careful with your D-pad. You have to kind of figure out how to hold it carefully to do it. Like personally for me, my own remote, I never have a problem with up. I guess just because where my thumb is. So I almost never miss any triangle spams. But my X has the biggest problem, and my square has a slight problem too. But my circle is not too bad. It's really hard to explain. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. And hopefully I don't get any more spam saying, hey man, your tutorial suck. Alright, you guys, have fun.